Welcome back to the Monstergarden. I created a magic system. I've always liked the idea of interesting magic systems that have weird effects and ways of casting. Drawing runes, ingredients to cast spells, strange side effects, all are cool things you can have in your magic system. But there's one main goal that I had with the magic system I was creating, which was the ability to visually differentiate mages from normal people. In some magic systems, if you strip a normal person and a magic user of their gear and clothing, you wouldn't really be able to tell which one can cast magic. And as a visual artist, I wanted there to be a way to differentiate them. So, the first idea was to make the use of magic cause changes in the user's body. We later called this metamorphosis, which is what this page being drawn is about. Common symptoms include lengthening of limbs, growing additional body parts like ribs, fingers, and an organ called a tar eye. The tar eye is strange. Casting magic and expending mana causes this tar-like substance to build up in your body, and if you cast spells too frequently, it could clog up your veins and kill you. The tar eye forms slowly next to the kidneys and filters out this tar from the blood. A young mage's tar eye is small and can't filter tar that fast, causing it to build up faster. Older mages have a larger tar eye that's better at filtering tar and makes them be able to cast spells more frequently without worrying about dying. But there are also unique cases that have more extreme symptoms, like the rat catcher's skin flaking off, or a fire mage having smoke billowing out of their face, and others which we might cover in the future. So this already does a great deal of differentiating mages from normal people, as you can literally see them towering over most people. Also, these changes don't happen instantly. They happen gradually over the years, so you can tell how long someone has been practicing magic by how malformed they are. Another thing is the implants. The body is not naturally able to take in mana and has to be augmented. Inputs, which are these things, are implanted into the skin, and the funnels that attach to them amplify the intake of mana. The inputs as well are designed this way because I decided that mana would be attracted by different shapes. Repeating patterns and spiraling shapes work the best. Here are some references for things that would attract mana, which I can now use in any design to signal that it might have an association to magic. Same with the outputs, which in this case are the thimbles on the fingers. Their shape greatly affects how spells come out of them. Long, pointed outputs would pinpoint the spell, concentrating its effect and focusing on distance, while broader shapes cast spells in a wider but shorter cone angle. Now with this knowledge, you can gain a bit of insight into what kind of magic a mage casts by looking at the shape of their equipment. Acceleration mages have long rifle-like staves that allow their projectile spells to punch through most fortifications, and healing mages have larger shield-shaped discs to slowly disperse healing around a wounded area. If, for example, they used an output that is shaped too aggressively, it might cause tumors to form. Technically, you could kill someone if you healed them too aggressively. Anyway, all of this is so that when I draw stuff associated with magic and mages, I have a clear shape language I can play off of to show that it's magical. A building that is built to attract mana will now have a distinct look that differentiates it from all the other buildings. And not just because it looks good, but because the magic system demands it to be that shape to be effective. Of course, as the world develops, I might change things about the magic system, but I'm hoping that these root design principles I've made for the magic will stay consistent. Now, let's change the topic to what recently happened. The channel blew up in subscriber count. I knew it was going to reach this point eventually, but I did not expect it to be this sudden. I had 200 subscribers or so before the dwarf video, and it's jumped to 13,000 in 3 days. Obviously, this is amazing, and I am incredibly happy about it, but also stressed, because I used to make sure I read every comment on videos and posts I make. I did that with the dwarf video at first too when it started gaining traction. It had about 700 comments, which I all read in the span of about 2 hours. I know, I don't read that fast. but only a few hours after that it had 300 comments and then 600 comments. Even the videos I made before that gained a bunch of comments as well. I couldn't keep track, and it feels wrong to skip over, miss, or not read them. I like every comment that I read, and if you don't see my like on your comment, I'm sorry. I will just have to accept that I will miss some comments, but I will try my best to read as many as I can. If any of you have any advice on how to deal with this kind of situation, please do tell me. Either way, I am incredibly thankful for the overwhelming amount of support I'm getting. Thank you to each and every one of you. I will make sure it is earned by making the best videos and content I can. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.